Sairam and welcome to a brand new episode of Chai with Sai. I'm sure all of you are wondering what's the topic for today is. Well, today's topic is none other than on Navarathri. We all know that Navarathri is a very important and significant Hindu celebration that is celebrated around the world. But how many of us do really know what is the significance and inner meaning of Navarathri? How many of us know the stories and the facts related to Navarathri? Today, we have a very special guest with us who is going to tell us all about the celebration of Navaratri. But let us hear from the speaker itself on herself. Sairam, sister,
Sairam.
could you just introduce yourself?
Yeah, Sairam everyone. I'm Ananthi from SS3 Center. I'm here to share a little that I know about Navarathri. I have worked together with Uncle Muthu and Brother Hari during Navaratri at Center, and I have actually picked up a lot of knowledge from them.
Okay, right. Interesting, sister. So I hope you can tell us more about Navaratri today. So before we go into the details about Navaratri, can you just provide an overview of what is Navaratri and what's its significance in the Hindu culture?
Okay. Navaratri is an annual Hindu festival observed in honor of goddess Durga and aspect of Adi Parashakti, the supreme goddess. Navaratri is celebrated in the month of October, yeah, and it spans over 9 nights. It spans over 9 nights of Navaratri, depicts Devi's spectacular skill, okay, in the tackling the demons of that time. So, Navaratri is therefore a significant for devotees to fast, meditate and pray to Divine Mother the inner strength to overcome the demon within us. Example, anger, hatred, greed and jealousy.
But maybe I just ask a bit more on your experience of doing the Navaratri celebration at center, right? So I
Yeah.
think, of course, we know that people like Uncle Muthu, Brother Hari, all are really well versed in the goddess worship, right? So how was your experience doing it in the center? What have you learned from Navaratri celebrations in the past?
Okay, in center normally we will start the puja at about 6 o'clock.
Okay.
But then by 3:34 I'm already there in center.
Okay.
Yeah, to prepare the altar, to prepare what all the things. You know, uncle is very particular, so he wants the things, everything to be very nicely prepared. So I and my son, my younger son, we used to go there very early to get everything done before uncle or Hari comes in.
Oh, okay.
So usually we will set up 3 deities. We have Lakshmi, Saraswati and Durgama, and they are all very nicely decorated. And then we do a normal ritual, a very simple normal ritual, and then we have bhajans.
I see. Okay. So every day for the 9 days? there will
Yes,
be
for the 9
center.
days.
Okay.
And some of the days we have some performance like Bharatanatyam,
Okay.
something related to Navaratri.
Oh, okay. So I think that brings us to the question, right? Next question, right, Auntie? Which is, what are the key rituals and preparations that people undertake at home for Navaratri? So usually we know that in temples will obviously have certain activities that they do, certain prayers that they do. But in home, I think most people nowadays rarely do anything at home other than just normal prayers, right? So
Yeah.
what are what are people supposed to do at home for Navaratri?
Okay. In our Hindu homes, we all have an altar, right? So maybe 3 or 4 days before Navaratri, we can actually clean the altar, clean all the puja items, and then we can prepare like a beautiful altar, maybe little deco, and then we can, when the day comes, on the first day until the 9th day, we can offer prasadam, flowers, do whatever rituals that we know, and chant the mantras like Navarathri Mala, Aingiri Nandini.
Okay.
Yeah. And what I do at home is, because I have a Vigraham at home, so I will do Abhishekam, I will do Alangaram. So I will decorate her like Durga for 3 days. After that, I change her into Lakshmi, and then the continuous day I change her into Saraswati, and because I enjoy doing it, so I will do that. And we also plant Navadhaniyam. I have a pot where we plant Navadhaniyam. The idigam that why we plant the Navadhaniyam is, we are planting the Navadhaniyam and we are pledging. We are pledging that, we are, okay, this year I want to let go a demon within me. I want to let go anger. So I pledge, I pray, I ask the divine to give me that strength to let go, to totally let go that anger in me, which is, maybe it might hurt someone else or hurt myself. So that's what I do on the first day. All of us, the whole family, all of us, we will pledge something within us. We don't tell anybody. And then we just plant the Navadhaniyam. On the 10th day, we discard the Navadhaniyam. So like discarding meaning, okay, from now on, I have let go the demon, one demon within me. This I learned from our center. We used to do that. So now, since I'm doing from home, so I still do that at home.
I think this is a very interesting thought, right? And usually people, I think the first day, even in temples also, if you go, they'll ask us to, have some Navadhaniyam in the hand and the coins and all that, and put into that
big pot
and all, right?
Yeah.
But we don't think, why are we actually doing that? What's the significance of doing that? But I think the thought that, we are actually letting go of one of the demons in our self go, right? So I think that's what eventually spiritual transformation is all about, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain what are actually the Navadhaniyam all about, Andy? What is actually the Navadhaniyam? What are the Dhaniyam?
The Dhaniyam is a mixture, they have parpu in it, pasi parpu, and then some kind of Dhaniyams lah. I think about 9 or 11 Dhaniyams.
Oh.
Yeah.
But they still call it Navadhaniyam.
Navadhaniyam.
Navadhaniyam means 9, right?
9, yeah. I think it's 9 lah. I'm not very sure. But it kind of look colorful lah.
Okay. Yeah. So at the end of the day, during Vijayadashmi, they discard it, is it?
Yeah,
normally?
we discard because it will grow. You water it every day, so it will grow. So we discard it on the 10th day, on Vijayadashmi day.
Okay, right. Interesting, Auntie. So, when we talk about key rituals, preparations people take at home, right? I think one of the most unique thing about Navarathri is setting up of the Kolu.
Yeah.
I've seen always people set up Kolu.
Yes.
And there's like multiple levels of Kolu.
Yeah.
But then until now, I also don't understand what's significant. Why are people actually setting up the Kolu in the first place?
Yeah.
So can you just explain a bit more on what's the significance of Kolu and how is it set up?
Yeah.
Details about Kolu.
Can. Now, it shows the presence of God, celebrating the victory of God over evil for 9 auspicious nights, symbolizing the effort of Mahadevi and other Devis to vanquish Mahishasura. That is the significance of the Kolu. But they can put not only Ambal Vigraham there, but they put all the statues, even cow, whatever statues that they have at home, we can actually bring it to the temple. Normally, I've done that once.
Okay.
So we can bring it to the temple. They will put there. And the Kolu is very nicely decorated, all puja done. So I believe that it also absorb some kind of energy from the temple when you bring it back home on the 10th day. Yeah.
Okay, interesting, Auntie. So, I understand putting of God statues and all that, but why do they put like other statues like the cow, all the other animals, and also it has some levels to it, right?
Yeah.
The bottom level they put all the lower, so-called lower level of intelligence animals, and slowly it progresses up. The top is always Ambal is there, right?
Yes,
What's the significance? What does it symbolize?
It symbolizes that it's like a victory kind of thing lah. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, it's to my understanding, it symbolizes that you always progress. It's put in steps, right?
Yeah.
So you always, one level is higher than the other. So first level you have like all the lower level creatures. Then second level is a bit higher. Third level is a bit higher. And at the end of the day, you put Ambal on top, which means you should always like try to push
Step by
yourself,
step, yeah,
push yourself
progress
up.
into spirituality.
Spirituality, I
Yeah.
think that's very interesting concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also they usually put a lot of effort into setting up the Golu. It's very beautifully set up and all, right? Aunty?
Yeah, but yeah, in temples normally they do that. At home, I'm not very sure because I don't do that at home.
Okay.
But I've seen this in temples, but in our center we don't do that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. But I think usually we see some like Tamil movies
Mostly
is the
is-
best.
yeah,
They'll do a Golu and then they set up. People will come sing bhajans, all these
Yes,
things,
yes.
right? Okay.
Maybe it's significant for Navarathri. So when the Golu is set up, everybody knows, oh, it's time for
Time for
Navarathri.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, right. Interesting, auntie. Yeah. So in temples, right, during this time of 9 days, we can see that there's a specific set of special prayers or special rituals that's done each day.
Yeah.
So if you see, usually I think here we divide it into three by three, right? I think the first one is what Lakshmi, right?
Lakshmi, Saraswati.
then for Durga, right?
Yeah. No, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati.
Oh, Durga.
Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. First
Yeah.
3 days is for Durga, then
Yeah.
Lakshmi, then Saraswati.
Yeah.
Okay. So, any special rituals that are done during this time, auntie, that normally in temples they don't do? Do you know any?
Yeah, what I have seen in temples, they have this Uchavar deity.
Okay.
Which she's maybe in iron pone or brass. So she's always outside. That means not in the Mulasthanam because Mulasthanam is Karungal. They cannot bring her out. So they have this Uchavar deity.
You might want to explain what is that Aimpun,
Iron pone is all the, how do I say?
different metals.
Yeah, different metals
okay.
used to done the statue.
Okay,
So it's called a Uchavar.
Okay.
So she is decorated. Okay, maybe the first day Durga, she's decorated like that. Rituals are done. And in the temple, I have seen also, they have plant this Navadhaniyam. But what I saw was they plant 9 pots of Navadhaniyam.
Oh.
So it is taken charge by each ladies. So there will be 9 ladies who will come every day to the temple and they will do the rituals as with the guide of the priest. They will do the rituals to the pots also. While the priest is doing to the deity, they also do it to the pot. And then this Uchavar is taken out from the temple and she goes one round with the pot together. So these 9 ladies carries the pot, small pots, and they go round and they come back to the temple and she's placed again, and then that's how they do it in the temple that I have seen. Yeah.
Okay. I think there's certain things that they do also. I think when I was small, right? I think during the Saraswati, the prayers, they used to write on the tongue and all
Yes,
that,
right on the tongue with the veil.
Yeah, but what's the
Yeah.
significance of that, auntie? You do?
Writing on the tongue with the veil is like, giving you the blessing, because the ucheripu, maybe the talking, the
okay.
speech. So it's a blessing, I think, for Navaratri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what do they draw? Actually,
They just write a om on your
Oh,
tongue.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's something very unique for Saraswati, the 3 days celebrated for Saraswati.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
For Lakshmi, do they do anything?
No, for Lakshmi, no.
No,
They
okay.
don't do anything in temple.
Okay.
But in our center, what we used to do is we bring in a small girl. We dress her up like Lakshmi the first day. So the last day of Durga, so that night we bring in Lakshmi. We invoke her like Lakshmi. We put her in front of our altar and she comes in. We do Pada Namaskaram and all. And each of us will go near her and she will bless us. That's the Aidigam we do in our center.
Okay, right. Interesting, auntie. So, also I noticed like there's a certain thing that they do at the end of the day where they actually put. I'm not sure whether all temples do this or not. They put the Ambal's statue on a wunjal like that, and then they swing the wunjal. And they sing
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
like a Ponnunjal, they call it. Yeah, maybe to calm her down after the 10 days of so much of energy and all that. So to calm her down, they put in the Ponnunjal.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But I'm not sure whether they do it on the 10th day. I
10th
think that
day.
will be
When
on
will
the
be?
11th day. Because on the 10th day,
Oh.
what I saw in the temple is the priest dress up like a king.
Ah.
So there will be few demons. Some men, they dress up like demons. So what I've seen is they will fight. They will fight like an akla. They will fight, and then the priest will eventually kill the demon, and then all the firecrackers and all the drum and the noise that symbolize the victory of Mahishasuramardini.
Yeah. I think the
Yeah.
10th day is very interesting how they do it. I think
Yeah.
even some temples they'll bring the statue out, and then they have a like an effigy of the demon built, and then they'll fire arrows and all these things, right?
Yeah.
So very interesting.
Yeah.
And why do you think that I think most of other celebrations, right, that we have are usually just one day. Shivaratri is one day. A lot of things are one day kind of affairs, or maybe sun up and sun down. Between that, the celebration is there. But why do you think for Amman it's 9 days? Why is 9 so special?
Okay. You see, to what I understand, the 9 days is actually you need time to reflect upon yourself. One day, you practice one day, you cannot get it overnight.
Yes,
So you need few days to do the same thing. Then it become a habit. So maybe probably because of that, it is 9 days. For my understanding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point also, Auntie, because I think during these 9 days, I think somehow it's like those who are practicing it will obviously go to temples. You are constantly thinking about God, right, during the 9 days.
Yeah.
So hopefully it can bring some transformation in us, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, interesting, Auntie. So I think when you speak about Navarathri, right, one very important spiritual practice that's undertaken is fasting. Why do you think people take up fasting? I think in most of Hindu culture, Hindu celebrations, during special days, people
Yeah.
always take up fasting, right? Why do you think fasting is such... I mean, there could be other things that you can do. You can read, you can do a lot of other things. But why is fasting such an important...
Okay. Fasting demonstrates the depth to achieve your desire, your prayer desire. It shows how serious you are to fast and sacrifice something. So God actually, how do I say it? God honors the depth of fasting. To me, fasting is not only you deprive from drinking or eating. For me, fasting has to go deeper.
Okay.
Okay, it's like controlling your sense, watching your desire, and then also the way you talk when you're fasting. So that becomes a habit every time. No point you are fasting and then you get agitated, you get irritated, you are angry, you are moody, but then you are fasting. It doesn't, for me, it doesn't relate. For me, I feel fasting, yes. Basically, fasting is abstaining yourself from drinking, eating, and sexual relationship. But it should go deeper. Yeah.
So deeper in the sense that we realize that it's not just about the body, it's also about the mind, the soul, everything. Right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So I think fasting is like a tool given.
It's
to
a
basically
discipline.
control.
Maybe, it's a discipline. Okay, I'm fasting. This I should do, this I shouldn't do. Maybe that is the initiate stage, But apart from that, it should come every day. Even though you're eating and drinking, but then you are able to control other things like your desire, your senses, the way you talk to people, or the way you are in your daily life. So, yes, fasting, we do this during Navarathri. We do fast, but like what I said, it should be from the soul. Yeah, something that must transform you. Not I fast for 9 days, after that I go back to, it shouldn't be like that.
Like that. Okay.
You do something spiritual it should guide you some transformation should happen.
I think when you speak about fasting, right, I've seen people take up different types of sadhanas for fasting. Some morning after sunrise till sunset they don't eat, and then they just take like fruits or milk, something like
Yeah.
that. And I mean, there's few different ways.
Different
right,
ways of fasting.
I can share any.
Okay,
way.
what I know is some, okay, they in the morning maybe they have something and then they start their fasting until about 7:38. They finish the puja and then they only eat whatever they offer.
Oh, okay.
Okay, some
at the Naivedyam only.
at the Naivedyam only.
Okay.
Some do that. Some fasting, but they eat a proper meal at night, something like that. Some people just go on fasting for the 9 days, only milk, only fruits.
Can it's a bit of extreme.
Yeah, to
thing.
a bit to the extreme, but if they can do it, why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Aunty. I think I've seen also people take up. I mean, fasting. You always think fasting is about controlling the mouth, right? But then I've seen people controlling, like they are taking up like things like Mauna Virdam also.
Yep.
They take up different types of fasting in a sense, right? So in the end of the day, all this comes up to controlling the senses,
Yeah.
controlling the mind, controlling the thoughts and all that, right? Aunty?
Yeah.
Right. Interesting, Aunty. So, could you explain like what's the concept of this 9-day worship during the Navarathri? Symbolism. What does it symbolize? The 9 days.
Okay. Navarathri is one of the greatest Hindu festival. It's significant the triumph of good over evil. Navarathri takes place during October. The time, maybe harvest. It's a harvesting time. Yeah.
Okay.
In India, is it? I think it's in India. As the name implies, the festival is celebrated for 9 days.
Okay. And the 10th day is basically
10th day
Vijayadashmi,
is
the
Vijayadashmi.
victory. Okay.
Yeah, the victory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, Aunty. So when we speak about Navaratri, right, we always say, it's dedicated to the three goddesses.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But actually, we don't realize that it's actually 9 different goddesses for the 9 days, right?
Yeah.
So we'll go further into what are the 9 forms of goddesses. We call it typically as Navadurga, right? So what are they celebrated and what do they represent? We want to go day by day.
Yes, actually it's 9 deities. Okay. The first one is Shaila Putri. Okay. The second one is Brahmacharini, Chandraganta, the third. The fourth is Kushmada, Skandamada, and we have Katyayani, Kalaratri, Mahagauri, and Siddhidatri. These 9, actually they are all the form of Durga.
Durga.
Yeah, with different forms and different names.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you can share into details of the first form, right? Auntie?
yeah.
What's the story of the first form?
Okay. From what I know, the first day is the mountain goddess, Shaila Putri. Second day, Brahmacharini, an avatar of goddess Parvati, which represent loyalty, wisdom, and knowledge. Third day, goddess Chandraganta is worshipped in the form of goddess Durga as the goddess of forgiveness and peace. Okay. Fourth day, goddess Kushmanda is a happy manifestation of goddess Durga. Is worshipped. She is believed as a creator of this universe. Okay. On day 5 and 6, devotees pray to Skandamada and warrior goddess Katyayani. Skandamada is believed to be the goddess of love and motherhood, whereas goddess Katyayani, known as one of the fiercest form of Durga, the destroyer of all evil. Devotees worship goddess Kalratri, who is the destroyer of ignorance and darkness, and Mahagauri, who has the power to fulfill all the desire of her devotees, and the 7th and the 8th day of Navarathri. On the 9th day, goddess Siddhidarini is worshipped. It's
Siddhidatri.
goddess Siddhidatri is worshipped. Siddhi means perfection.
Okay.
Datri means the one who gives or grant.
Okay, Andy. So, to me, right, I think when we read the research for the topic, right, I think what I learned is, basically, I think this is all a depiction of a woman's, from the moment she's born up to, as she grows older and, she's studying, it's basically a depiction of that, she's becoming a mother, she's becoming, sometimes, when she's angry, different emotions of throughout a woman, right? So I think first we talk about Shailaputri, right? Shailaputri is often, it's mentioned as it's Parvati, that the whole story is, when that whole Sati and Shiva episode happened and all that, she, after she has passed, then she was reborn as Parvati. So often we say Parvati is the daughter of the mountain Himalayas, right? So the Shailaputri is also known as Himavati in some parts, right?
The mountain goddess.
So it's just like the baby that's born, right? We always say. And then we come to Brahmacharini. Right? Brahmacharini is basically, she's a young girl,
Toddler.
I think that's the part that usually people in temples, all they dress the small girls up as Ambal and all that, right? So Brahmacharini is that. And then we say about Chandraghanta. Chandraghanta is like the teenager, full of energy and really trying to make a name for themselves, right? That's one. And then Kushmanda is the grown-up woman. And then we talk about Skandamata. Skandamata is basically
the fierce form, is it?
It's basically the mother of Kanda, right? So technically we know that the 6 children, I think often we see the picture of Skandamata is always with the mother with the 6 children, which, we always say Arumugam means, 6. Basically, the 6 was joined together to form Kartikeya, right? So the mother. Then we have like Katyayani. Katyayani is basically, the mother who's trying to raise all the kids up with, with all the power, she needs to do multiple things and all that, right? So that's Katyayani. And then you see the Kalratri. Kalratri is basically, it's Makali, right? So, sometimes she get angry, cannot control her, right? That's the angry form of the mother. And then we talk about Mahagauri, Siddhidatri. And these are all like different phases of a woman from small, she's growing up and all that, right? So I think this significance is something that's very important. Do you have any thoughts on that, Auntie?
Yeah, I think what you say, I will agree with it. You're so knowledgeable.
Oh, basically when we did the research for this also, this is what I got. I think when you see it, it's a depiction of ourselves.
Yeah, actually spirituality is, everything is about ourselves.
Yes, correct.
It's nothing outside there. It's all within us.
Yeah. Correct. Right. Okay, interesting. So when you talk about these 9 forms of Durga, right?
Yeah.
Are there any specific rituals or prayers that's associated with these 9 forms?
Yeah, actually, not specific ritual.
Okay.
The rituals are all the same.
Okay.
Maybe the offering might differ. Okay, so like for me, what I do is the first day for Shailaputri, I will offer her Ven Pongal and offer Malliga Charam for her. So, but basically, the rituals are the same. Yeah, are the same. So for the second day for Brahmacharini, I will offer her Puliyodora, and then I will put some severally flowers.
What flowers?
Severally.
What flowers is it?
It's arali, red arali, but I don't know the name in English. In Tamil is severally. You can get it in Brickfields.
I see.
So that's what I offer her. This I learned from a priest. So I follow that.
Okay.
Yeah. So for Chandraghanta, I will offer her Sakkara Pongal, and the flower that I give her is Shemmangi. Okay. For Kushmada, I offer Kadamba Sadam. And
What is Kadamba Sadam?
Kadamba Sadam is made of, it's like Sambar Sadam.
Oh.
Okay, it's basically sambar where you put the rice to
Like
it.
khichdi like that, is it?
And it becomes a kadamba sadam with all the vegetable, the paruppu,
see.
and all the vegetable and the rice together.
Okay.
And I offer her jadi malli. It's malli
Malli,
also, but it's a bigger
one,
version. Yeah. And then on the 5th day for Skandamada, I give her curd rice, and the flower that I offer is parijadam. It's also, all this can get in brickfields. This is all the flowers. If we can plant it, very good.
Okay.
Otherwise, we can buy it in brickfields. Yeah, the 6th day is Kartiyaini. I offer her coconut rice and hibiscus flower. And all the 10 nights, I will chant the Navarathri Mala.
Okay.
Yeah.
Navarathri Mala.
It's the Aingri Nandini.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's called Navarathri Mala.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So on the 7th day is Kal Ratri. I will offer her lemon rice and mullai flower. Okay. And the 8th day is Mahagauri. I give her payasam and rose flower. On the 9th day is Siddhidartri. I give her Karambu Sadam made from, Karambu Sadam, isn't it?
Sugarcane.
Sugarcane.
How is it made? I never heard of.
I don't pour the milk. I pour this karambu sugarcane water and make pongal.
Oh.
So it's called karambu sadam.
Okay. I never heard of Karbu Sadam before.
And I offer her lotus.
Oh, okay.
I do this for the 9 nights. On the 10th day, on the Vijayadashmi day, I will cook. Rice, white rice, and then vatta kolambu, and then I have this vadagam poriyal, sukku veneer, and I offer her on the victory day. And so then I discard the Navadhaniyam.
Okay. So I think each day there's a specific offering that's made to the goddess.
Yeah.
Is there any significance why the different things are offered?
I don't know about the significance, but if I give you everyday lemon rice, you'll be bored also, right?
Yeah. Okay, variety.
Yeah, give her variety and make her happy.
Okay,
because she's every day she's getting
more
and more anger to vanquish that demon. So cool her down a bit lah.
Okay, right. Interesting thought. Probably that's the significance also. Right. What I heard, I'm not sure whether this is correct or not, but I heard that each day that's dedicated to the specific goddess, there's a specific color that's also associated with that day.
Yeah. It's a specific color, but every year that color changes.
Oh.
Yeah, I have observed that. Every year the color changes. Not the same color every year.
Oh, I thought it's the first day must be this color, second day must be that.
Because I have seen through about 3-4 years, every year the color changes. The first day sometimes it is yellow, then the next year could be orange. So I'm not very sure whether every year, from what I observe, every year is not the same color.
I see. Okay, right. Okay, Auntie, maybe the next question I think would be, Navaratri is celebrated in different parts of India. I think wherever Hindus are, Navaratri is one of the biggest celebrations. Even Malaysia, I think Navaratri is one of the biggest celebrations that's done. So is there any regional difference, regional variations of how Navaratri is celebrated around the world, or different parts of India, how is it celebrated? Any unique thing that's specific to the region?
Yeah, from what I research, I feel that Navaratri is celebrated differently in India, various region. For many people, it is time of religious reflection and fasting, while for others, it is time for dancing and feasting. Okay? In the north, puja, yagna, and normal rituals been done. But in the north, they celebrate the 10th day as Dussehra, where they say is the victory of Lord Rama over Ravana. Yeah. In the western and eastern, apart from normal rituals, they enjoy more offering of music and dance. Of course, in the south is the normal ritual with the Golu setting, more done on the south side of India. So I think we are following the south side
sides
of India.
yeah. Okay, right. So, you know, when they say about the Navaratri celebration, right? So, um, is there any interesting stories or any interesting legends that's associated with Navaratri? I think the whole concept of Navaratri itself came because of that story between
The demon.
Mahishasura and all, right?
Yeah.
So talk about it.
Yes, I have. I know about this story. Actually, Mahishasura was a very powerful demon. So Mahishasura has the ability to shift, and when salted. Sorry, how do I say that?
Assaulted
No,
when
no.
attacked.
When he's salted by Mahishasura, he actually every drop.
Oh, when he's attacked, when
when
he's
he's
striked lah.
yeah.
Okay.
So every drop of his blood has the ability to form different, differently.
Okay.
So that makes Mahishasura become a very, very strong demon. So what happened is these three goddess has to merge together, Lakshmi, Durga and Saraswati. They merge, they combine together to form Mahishasura Mardini in order to kill the demon. So every day from day 1 to 9, the form changes, and on the 10th day, they combine and become Mahishasura Mardini to kill this demon. This is from what I have read.
Okay. I think there's a legend also saying that how Mahishasura became so powerful that he is basically immortal. So the boon that he asked was that he cannot be killed by God. He cannot be killed by a lot of things.
Saga Varam. He wanted
he
the
asked for
Saga
everything,
Varam.
but except for he didn't ask that he cannot be killed by a woman.
Yeah.
He thought that woman was weak.
Yeah.
So that was the reason that became the downfall of
Yeah.
Mahishasura. And I think one interesting thing about you said about Mahishasura is that if you shed his blood, one drop of blood will form another Mahishasura.
Yeah, another demon.
Another demon. So it's like literally you try to kill someone without shedding blood. How do you?
Yeah.
You cannot kill someone without
Yes.
shedding blood, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And I think for that also, that's why you see when you see the full form of Durga, right? You see that she has a lot of hands, and then each hand is holding a particular weapon.
Yeah.
So one hand holding
Yeah,
Trishul, one hand
she's
holding a
the
sword.
Mahishasura Mardini.
And these weapons are actually given by all the different gods. Like Brahma gave her
Yeah.
something, then Shiva gave her the Trishul. So
Yes.
different weapons you can see. Even on the
Yes.
9th day also, they usually do like a in the temples they do like a dance, running about, and then the
Yeah.
different weapons they'll be striking
Yeah,
at, right?
yeah.
Okay, right. Interesting. Auntie. So I think this Navaratri story is very famous. Most people really know this Navaratri story in and out, right? Do you have any experiences, Auntie, during your maybe you can share some interesting experience during your Navaratri celebration that you really felt a moment that you felt really connected to the goddess, or anything interesting during your experience celebrating Navaratri?
Yeah, actually, Navarathri is very auspicious to me from childhood, and as I grow up, and then when I came to center, I really like the way how uncle does the prayers and all that. I really became very contented to it. So actually, if you ask me what is the connection between the divine and me, is very difficult to explain.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because it's very soulful. It's just I don't know how to explain the connection, but it's very soulful. It's so auspicious, it's so divine. Everything is so beautiful for that 10 days where you are so focused You know, that 10 days you're so focused. Oh, 3 o'clock, I have to go to center. I have this to do, that to do. I have to be, have to be so perfect in everything should be clean, everything should be nice for everybody to come and sit and experience that divine energy. So, for me, I really enjoy Navarathri. Now at home, I practice the same. And it's like, it's only me and her, that kind of a feeling, where you can just sit at the altar and forget about everything, and you are there, your mind is so empty, and you're just looking at her, and it's so blissful. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me also, I felt like every celebration of in Hinduism, every celebration. For example, you take Shivaratri. Shivaratri is a day where you feel like how to say, it's like immense calmness. It's just still, nothing empty, just calm, still.
Yeah.
You can feel the power of Shiva. I always feel that Shiva is the calm, the stillness in the universe. Of course, you need to have stillness in the universe, but some things cannot be always still.
Yeah.
It needs to have movement. It needs to have
Yeah.
power. It needs to
Yeah.
have energy. That's where the power of Shakti comes in, and you feel like totally different set of energies during these 2 days. So, for example, Shivaratri is a very calm day, very still. You just sitting. You just want to sit in meditation. Close your eyes in a state of zero, basically, and you feel like when it comes to Navaratri, it's always a day, a whole 9 days of power, energy. You can see different things are being done. You can see, expression of art. You can see people doing dances. You can see Bharatanatyam. You can see people singing, people dancing, people moving about, people talking about stories. Different things are happening, right? So it's always about that high energy. 9 days, you can really feel that energy.
Yeah, the
And
energy is very strong.
Energy is very strong.
And yet you still feel a calmness in you,
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
So I think very nice.
That's very
interesting.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. And I think maybe last question would be, Auntie, too. Let's say, most of young people nowadays, right, we are so busy in life, we are running about, working, all these different things, right? I don't feel that people are putting it's not to blame, but it's like they don't have the time and luxury to put into spirituality, to observe spiritual practices. But I think more people really wanted to know more about Navaratri, like for example our spiritual practices, our religious practices, and all these things. So if someone new who have never celebrated Navaratri before, who has no idea what Navaratri is all about, so what advice do you have to them, and how do you think they can celebrate the festival better? What are the things they should follow?
Okay. Like what you say, nowadays the young generation is very busy.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know whether I can say this or not. For me, I feel is priority given, right? Busy. When,
Correct.
where you're going to start. So there must be some priority given for prayers, just little while, right? So what I would say is, given that Navaratri is an auspicious celebration, and as much as we enjoy the ritual of practicing, of praising the deity, for me, Navaratri is more significant time for reflection and introspection. The essence is for us to go within and overcome our own negative qualities and let the good in us shine. For first timers, what they can do is they can go to temples, or they can go to centers like Sai centers or any other centers. I'm not very sure, but temples definitely they do Navaratri, so they can go there and see for themselves, observe for themselves what makes them comfortable, what they are comfortable to, and they observe it and get a better understanding to how they want to celebrate Navarathri or observe Navarathri for the next 10 days at home or in a temple. Yeah, that would be better, I think.
Yeah, based on what you said, I think I really like the point that you said. It's not about what to do, how to do, must follow, do this, do that.
Yeah.
As far as you feel a certain connection that
Yes.
your spiritual practices is leading you to a better place,
Yeah.
you're progressing spiritually, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ritual is basically a discipline. It's just a discipline for you to start spirituality.
spirituality. Okay.
Otherwise, where are you going to
Correct,
start?
correct.
Right? So you must have discipline, then only you slowly can grow.
Yeah.
It's from kindergarten level to PhD level, something like that. So it all comes, a discipline should be there. Then only you can start from ritual and then slowly you go. What makes you comfortable? Like for me, I don't know much about the ritual. I
Okay.
do what I know.
Yeah,
I do
okay.
what makes me happy. You see, there's nothing right or wrong in
Yes, correct,
spirituality.
correct.
It's what you know, how you know, and how you can do it. That's all. Yeah. So this what I learned through my spiritual journey. So I do what makes me happy.
Yeah. So, do you, in your experience, right, Auntie, over the past few years of doing, I assume you've been doing Navaratri diligently
Yeah,
for many years
many
already,
years.
right? So, do you feel that young people are having an interest on these kind of festivals, these kind of rituals? Are they is it getting more and more these days, or how do you feel the pattern change?
I feel from my opinion,
Yeah.
from my opinion, I feel the youngsters, some are very interested. Some are very interested. They go to temple, they help, they do a lot of things. But some, they give excuse lah. I have no time. I'm working, auntie. I can't make it, auntie. This kind of things. So we have to kindle that interest in them lah, so that more youngsters will come in to. I mean, you don't have to follow exactly the rituals, right? Come in just to have some view about Navaratri.
So
They
we
should
really
come,
hope,
should
we really
come
hope
in.
that happens.
Yeah.
But over the years, I think one major transformation point in people going to temples is actually COVID. Because I see before COVID, people are like, actually less people were in the temples.
Yes.
But I think after COVID, I think a lot of
A
people
lot,
are going
yes.
to temples. Huh?
Yes, a lot of people going to temple, and I find, don't know, for me, I feel it's new. Maybe it has been there. I don't know,
okay.
but I feel a lot of prayers nowadays.
Yeah, I also feel so.
A lot of prayers, a lot, many prayers. But of course, we cannot follow everything.
Yeah.
What we can follow, we follow. Yeah.
I think in that sense, I think COVID really brought about transformation in people saying that, time is short,
Time, yeah,
we
go to
need to do
temple.
something about
Yeah.
spirituality, right? I had really fun talking to you, Auntie, over the past 1 hour or so. I think I learned a lot from you.
I think
over
I
the
have
time.
also learned a lot
that's
from
good.
you. You're
That's the
very
objective
knowledgeable.
That's the objective of podcast. We learn from each other,
Yeah.
and hopefully our viewers also have learned something. If you have not been following Navaratri celebrations, I hope that this Navaratri you can take opportunity to learn more about the celebration, about the ritual, the significance, and most important as what Auntie was saying, the main thing about following all the celebrations, Navaratri celebrations throughout the 9 days, is to bring about a spiritual transformation. I think the very interesting point that I took away from this podcast is what Auntie said in the beginning about the Navadhaniyam. So, you have, you put in the 9 different types of dhaniyam, right? You're offering. Together with it, you offer a bad quality that you have at the lotus feet of the god. So, once you have offered, whatever bad qualities that you think you have, anger, jealousy, whatever, maybe you are, I don't know. For me, I feel like anger has always been a problem with me. So, maybe for this, I think we could offer something bad that we have, surrender it at the lotus feet of God, and then at the end of the 10th day, we discard it completely. So I think this is a very good learning for us for this podcast. So with that, I really thank Auntie for joining today's podcast, and hope you have enjoyed the episode for today. And if you're not checked out our previous episodes, please do check out on our YouTube channel and also Spotify. With that, thank you. Sairam.
Sayonara.